Good afternoon, my name is Elise Hatton and we're coming to you live from the Smart Hub. Welcome to this Thursday's Hub Live. It's the first Thursday of October. I can't believe how quickly the time's going. Hello Wes Alan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm really, really well. Thank you for joining us on the couch today.
I'm really liking this couch. It's a nice leathery, worn out couch.
I know, it's pretty funky. It's really cool. It's really, really cool couch. And it's the couch that we usually have these Hub Lives on. So yeah, it's really, really nice for you to join me.
There's been a lot of people on it and you spend a lot of time here.
Quite a few, yeah, well, since the beginning of the year we have.
Awesome.
That's true. So Wes is from Tap, Edit, Go, and we're going to have a really great year.
That one, I just had to self-promote myself.
You do. Good on you, good on you. I should get a Smart Hub t-shirt, actually.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
And a Smart Hub headband and a
Nike hat kind of thing.
That's
style.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. So as you all know, we do these Hub Lives every Thursday to help our business community and entrepreneurs in general adapt technology and modern best business practice to improve your business, grow your business, save time, save money, improve profitability, and generally just make the journey of being in business easier, more sustainable, and more profitable. So today is no exception, and I am super excited to have Wes with me because we're continuing on this little journey that we've been on over the last year. Ta-da! Our trusty old system. So as you all know, last week we spoke with Matthew Doyle about direction and strategic planning. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this idea of setting direction and planning things out, and we're going to apply this to marketing. So we're just going to go straight back up to the top of our system and talk about how to apply planning and thinking about your marketing. Because as we know, marketing is super important for bringing people into your business. So marketing is the pointer end of the arrow because it kind of talks to the environment, to your target market, and then marketing is the process of getting people to be interested or aware of your services or product. So you're a marketing person, Mr. Wes Alan. Tell us more. What do you do?
Well, backstory with me, I'm a filmmaker by trade. That's the only job I've ever had. I've been a filmmaker since I was 16 years old.
Wow.
Documentary filmmaking is my forte is the word I was looking. Thank you. And yeah, I've traveled the world doing that, but I've started a business now called Tap, Edit, Go.
When did you start Tap, Edit, Go?
It's only about 9-10 months ago now, so we've been testing things out, but we only launched about 9-10 months ago.
I didn't realise.
Yeah, it's a very fresh business, and basically what we do is we teach businesses how to make marketing videos only using their smartphone.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. John. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm on the couch with Mr. Wes Alan, which I think you've met Wes before.
Hey, John.
And Wes is here with us from Tap, Edit, Go. And we're talking about how to set the direction for your marketing in general and talk about video specifically. So what have you found? Do you think that video is very, very successful, strategic? What do you think?
It's important, and it's not, video in general is a huge thing at the moment.
It's
always been that, but content is more the important thing. People focus too much on the medium that you need, and not the actual content and the strategy, the direction, the plan, whatever you want to call it. They focus on, what's the new hype, which is live videos like we are now. But a lot of people do live videos wrong. You do a very amazing job at live videos because you give value.
Thank you.
But I've seen people hold phones up and talk about their house and their cat in some random situations and never provide value. It's all about content and giving some sort of value to their audience. So,
okay, so I'm going to ask you a heap of detailed questions because in this area there's lots of jargon, I find. And when you talk business all the time and you're around business owners all the time, or you talk marketing all the time, you adapt those words and you think that they're part of the English language. But tell us, so I think what we need to do is define some of the words that we're going to use today. So what do you mean when you say content?
Content is basically, first of all, it's key to anything in marketing success, but content is anything that provides value to the audience. The one thing that people don't understand, content is a very broad term, you're right. Written content, blogs, posts, a photo, anything. And when people say value, people always get really distracted by saying, I need to educate people, but value can be entertainment. So a nice photo of you and your dog having a play around in the lounge room is also value because people want to laugh. Pulling pranks on your staff members, which I've seen a lot of people do and get huge likes and success from that. I think the big thing about the value and the content that you need to do, especially with talking about direction, you need to remember that you're not making this content for yourself at all in any way. It's I kind of have a five-point plan system for anyone creating content that's really going to engage. And the first question, it's actually 5 questions. The first one's just who's watching it. And for you guys, you've got a great audience of business owners that and you provide value by giving them education of what they need to do. This whole strategy that you've got in place is amazing, and this is what they provide value for them. But someone that's a stay-home mum wouldn't find this valuable,
boring.
but she would find something more interesting, like baby photos, or how to provide. She could get educated on how to take care of her baby as a young mum, whatever it is. So it's content really just has to be tuned with the audience, so to say. So whoever's following you, and it can't be a broad, everyone's following me, it has to be a specific market.
Okay, so what you're saying, I'm just going to summarize to check that I'm understanding you correctly.
Sure.
So content is any useful information, really, and whether it's useful or not is defined by the person who's watching it and not you as the business owner. So you've got to start with who is going to watch this information, whether it's the information is delivered via a photo or a live video or a pre-recorded video or a blog or a vlog. It doesn't matter. The number one question that you need to think about is who is going to read this or see this or watch this, and what will they find interesting or useful?
Exactly.
And when we say the word value, it's really about whether the person who is watching it finds it valuable, and really what defines value is whether you engage with it or need it in some way. So is it going to entertain me? Is it going to educate me? As the watcher or the listener or the reader.
Exactly, and the more you know about the people that are following you, that like you, that your target audience is, the more you're going to really be able to hone on that value content that you actually want.
Love it. Okay, so step number 1 in doing a plan for your marketing is answering the question, who? Okay, so that really relates to what some of our other marketing experts have said. And they've gone as far as saying create a marketing avatar. So have a person in your mind that represents your market. Do you like that kind of thinking?
I do, but there's a whole strategy. When you put it down to one, it does alienate some people, but I love having that one avatar because it focuses the pyramid of who you can actually have. But I like to think of a kind of a midsection a lot of my thing, mainly because if you're talking to one person, I do have a challenge when you're talking to a video. You do have to have that one person in mind that you're talking to. So I believe that avatar is really good, because a lot of people go, one of my most hated things on social media is, hey everyone, hey
guys.
Facebook, hey guys, how are we?
And
it's actually, I got this trick by a radio presenter, and he told me that no radio presenter ever talks to everybody. Because a radio presenter will never say, hey everyone, I have a new song for you all. He'll say, hey, I have a new song for you. And it really creates a personal connection. It's one thing that's been really hard for people to jump into this space, is being able to figure out how to have that connection with someone that's not in the room with them.
Because that's really interesting. When you're on your smartphone, so I take my smartphone into my hand and I am on my own. I'm not part of a group of people watching the content on here with others. I'm watching it just me. So when you say, hi guys, it feels very alienating.
It does. And it feels very alienating because it makes you not feel like you're part of a group that's not there.
Exactly.
It's you're kind of connected in a different world and different group, and basically you can do that. I do believe you can say a certain group. So for me, Tap Edit Go is my business. I say Tap Edit Goers. And it intrigues people, especially who aren't part of that group. They feel like they should be part of it, and they do some research. So there is a flip side that you can do. Either talk to one person directly or talk to a specific group that you would like to.
A tribe of people.
A tribe of people, a herd, whatever you like.
But they're all pretty much similar people. Okay, so let's talk about that. So number 1, when you're doing your strategy, who? So who is Tap Edit Go's people?
Tap Edit Go's is small to medium businesses, but it is anyone that wants to learn how to create amazing content using a smartphone. So
you might want to create amazing content just to share with your family and friends about your kids growing up, right? And Tap Edit Go can teach you how to do that.
It's kind of been really interesting that we've had multiple businesses come to us, and then most people that send me videos are their travel videos with their family and friends.
Oh, nice.
But then don't even realize that that is actually a marketing video for the business, because going back to the who is people try to make videos for new customers all the time, but people forget that social media literally has the word of what you need to do is be social. And you're never social with strangers, you're social with friends and social with people you like to go out and have a drink. Some people you could go into a room and network meeting, you'd all be there for a specific reason to network, but you wouldn't just, not many people go up in the street and stop a stranger and start talking to them. So when you are on social media, you've got to remember they're your friends in a certain way. Even though you might not know them, they actually want to connect you as a friendly person. So that avatar that you need to think of is not someone you're trying to target, it's someone you know.
Nice. Dave, hey Dave, how are you? So nice for you to join us on HubLive. I'm here with Wes Alan. Oh, I remembered your name. I'm here. I'm just taking a breath. I'm here with Wes Alan and from Tap Edit Go, and we're talking about using video to create engaging content to talk to your avatar, your target market, and also how to plan that marketing strategically. So we're really at the direction part of the business, and then trying to set plans and direction for all of the different aspects of your business. So we're talking about marketing specifically today. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're going super well. And if there's anyone else who'd like to interact with us, just give us a like or send us a question or a comment, and Wes, who is really great at marketing and especially using video, will be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Okay, so strategy number one, answer the who. Okay, what comes next? What's the second thing?
The next one is one of my most important, because people don't think about the who, but they also don't think about why they're making a video, because they get told by so many social media experts, and a lot of the time is just put out heaps of content, but no one really takes a step back on why. Why are you making a video? Why are you making any kind of content? What's the purpose that you're trying to achieve with this? So for me, I've got a workshop coming up. Every bit of content that I'm putting out now is trying to make sure people will come back, and whether it's a subtle message, they will know, I'll have a subliminal message knowing about my next upcoming workshops. So that's pretty much how I tie most of my content. It needs to have a reason.
Okay, so you can have that reason can be entertaining your audience, grabbing their attention, promoting a specific product or a service, or just generally being on top of mind or front of mind. What do you find are the most important whys?
Whys, look, there's 4 reasons that most people watch videos, and you need to put yourself into one of those categories.
Okay.
It's actually 2, and it's actually
two
parts of 2.
Yes.
The first one is information.
Yep.
People are on social media now, almost like I kind of explain it like newspapers. When we were first used to look through newspapers, we would try to find something that was a heading that would grab us, engage us, and then we would read a bit more. That's pretty much all we're doing now. Instead of flicking through a newspaper, we're doing this, and no one ever read the paper back to front. We're all trying to be grabbed by information. This is information that we didn't know we needed. It was information we're searching for, but didn't know specifically what it was. We're just guiding through.
What's really interesting about this scrolling is I noticed that different demographics scroll at different speeds. My daughter, who's a teenager, oh my goodness, she scrolls so quickly. If you want to grab that younger demographic, you need to have a massive headline to even get her attention. She's like flicking through. I can't even keep pace at all.
I would challenge you on that, because I don't think it's the flicking pace. I think it's almost the same way as when people used to type. When they first invented the typewriter, they actually had it from A, B, C all the way through the alphabet, but then people got so fast at it, they had to mumble up all the letters in the production so that people, and that's the only reason we have mumbled keys on our typewriters or keyboards. This time now is our generation is still, we didn't grow up with social media, so we're not fast processors about able how to, it's almost like speed reading. If you learn how to speed read, you can speed read. You're still taking the same amount of information in, but kids now just know how to do this on autopilot, basically. And we're still struggling going, ooh, this is interesting, because we're used to something that's this big. And we're like, yeah, they're little tiny screens.
Okay, so the reasons why, let's go back, stay on track.
Information, but the other one is searching for information. So that's the other one. And this is where you have 2 different bits of content, because I don't put any of my tutorial videos about how to make smartphone videos on my Facebook, because
why is that?
That's not why people are there. People are there to find information. So I put tips and tricks, but never lengthy tutorials that go for 10 minutes long. That's all on my YouTube page, because Google search works as a filter of finding information. So you need to find information out. Basically, so that's where those two platforms work with information, but everyone thinks social media is only information. The next two-part system is entertainment.
Right.
So, weird story about me, I live on the road full time, I don't have a house, so I can't watch TV anymore, public TV. I haven't seen public TV except for the football the other week. That's the only public TV I watch. Everything else is usually on social media, Netflix now, even YouTube is putting up all their TV shows. That's a source of entertainment. And a lot of businesses can't do that and keep up with that high level production quality. So the other part of the why people watch is escape. And this is the one that I think businesses all need to focus on, because this is how social media works, being social. And people don't realize this about social media, is that it's a form of stalking that has just become acceptable. Everybody stalks everybody. And like everyone says that I Facebook stalked you the other day, and it's like, yeah, that's fine, you can Facebook stalk me, I put it there, so that's what it's there for. Stalking's just become that way, but it's almost a sense of we want to escape into other people's worlds. And we're not saying that we don't like our own world, we don't like our lives, anything like that. We just actually want to see what other people are doing. And businesses are like, one of my clients is Zoos Victoria down in, and I train them on smartphone videos. And I asked them, well, what's the most entertaining thing that happens around here? And they were telling me all about the biggest events that they have coming up. And I'm like, well, what do you do every day? And they go, oh, you know, it's boring stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, we cut up food for animals. And I'm like, yeah, the coolest animals ever. They're cutting up food for lions, giraffes. And they're like, yeah, this is boring. And I'm like, this is your everyday. It's boring to you, but to us, as the viewer that wants to escape into your world, it's not boring. And every business thinks their business is boring in some way, because they're just doing day-to-day activities. We all think our lives are not that entertaining, but if you delve down into the stories, there's a story in everyday life that you have. This is a great story for me. I'm doing a live video with you. This is a great little story that I can tell at the end of the day. So people just have to remember that other people that don't know what you've done want to escape in your world. Okay,
so if we were to do planning, what would you do? You take a piece of paper, or you open a Word document, and you literally write the heading who, and then you define exactly who your target market is, right? And then you go why. You say information, or entertainment, or escape. And then you kind of document what you think that you could do, and under those three headings.
They're the two big ones. And look, when you say writing all these down, I usually tell everyone to write this as a big yearly plan.
Nice.
Because you need to write this. These 5 questions are great just to have in the back of your mind, that you need to, before you start recording, you just go, oh, just need to think of a breath. So those are the first two. Number three is what.
What? Who? Why? What? Don't you love how simple these are?
It's getting a bit. You can see the pattern that's coming out.
We're on to you.
What are you going to shoot? And there's a range of different types of videos that you can make. This is specifically driven for videos, but it could be for any kind of content. How you write a blog, anything like that. But for videos, which is what I teach, there's pretty much 6 common videos for businesses to make.
So tell us what they are, so that we can note them down first, and then we can talk more about them.
First one's product videos. Testimonial videos.
Yes.
Tutorial videos.
Yes.
Explainer videos.
What's the difference between explainer and tutorial? Okay, I'll ask the question. Number 5.
I've forgotten one. Live video is the last one. And I've put them out of order, so now I'm lost on my own.
Oh, I interrupted you. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Let's start again.
Product, testimonial, tutorial, explainer, live, and I have blanked on my 6th one.
That's okay. I'm going
to leave that as a mystery. If you want to come to my workshop and find the 6th one, I'll tell you later. No, it's fine. It's fine. It will come to me when it comes to me. So a product video is simple. If you sell a product or a service, if you have a physical product, especially if you sell it online, you need a video. And it's even as simple as an unboxing video. People just want to actually physically see what it looks like, how it interacts. It can't be a nice photo anymore. It just has to be like a simple, and you can do that as any simple iPhone video, it doesn't need to be edited, it doesn't need to be anything pretty, because most people now are doing research. We're trusting that the product's good. We used to go into stores and physically hold things, but now we're just like, oh, buy now, it'll ship to my door, and then I'll see if it's any good and send it back if it's not. But if they have more information, they can make that choice really easily. So,
so it's all about making them aware and making them part of the journey and making
I remember
it.
The sixth one.
What is it?
Personality videos.
Personality videos.
Which is the escape videos, which is why I couldn't go. Sorry,
Nice.
yes. So product videos.
Okay, what's second?
Second is a tutorial video. Now these are the hardest ones that I think. If you don't know how to edit, it's a bit of intense information.
Okay.
You can make them without editing, but a lot of people want a lot of information to come through now these days. So tutorial videos is just you teaching someone. And that is huge value, because people have questions, but this is a lead where people find you. These are the ones that go on YouTube, where someone's like, how do I train my dog? And if you're the local dog trainer in your area, it usually comes up because Google does filter where people are, what that does, and it usually helps them. Now it does help if the video's popular already and it's got a few views, all that kind of stuff. There's heaps of algorithms, but tutorial, you just need to give that value. Testimonials is the biggest one that I think businesses all fail at. Testimonial videos, other people talking about your business, which word of mouth is the best form of marketing.
It really
is. You
is.
can capture someone's testimonial and put it up as a video. That is so valuable, and people get really scared.
So do you just ask your customers, hey, do you mind doing a quick video?
Yeah, we literally, I train another niche market for me is caravan parks. And I make a lot of professional videos for Big 4, Discovery, all those big markets. And every park that I go to, I'm like, why aren't you asking for testimonials? And they're like, what do you mean? Like, what happens when they check out?
Yeah.
What are they've got to go through the process of checkout, whether it's at a hotel or a caravan park, any kind of resort, any kind of service even. They're usually going, how'd you find it? And they're usually going, we loved it.
Yeah,
it was amazing. We had so much fun. The kids are saying all this.
Yeah.
And if you have that, then literally if you go, oh, do you mind? Look, I loved what you said. Can I just record a quick video?
Yeah.
They're like, most people are like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I feel uncomfortable. You go, that's fine. I'm sorry I asked. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But the one person that does say it, 1 out of 20 say, that one person does, that's marketing gold for 5 years for you to have up on your website.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
You might have to get 19 no's before you get that one yes, but
you should ask.
you should always ask, and you'd
everybody.
be surprised. And it's literally as pulling out a phone, so easy and great.
Yeah.
So that's testimonial videos are really, really important for businesses.
And I mean, even if you just take down their words and you take a photo of the person and you're able to get consent that you can post their photo and their words, even if they're not comfortable with video, that's still hugely valuable.
Exactly. Any kind of words, you just ask them. You can even secretly record them if you want, and then ask them afterwards and say, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. I think there are laws against doing that.
Social media is a grey area, but we won't get into that argument today.
True.
Yeah, so the next one after testimonials is explainer videos. And explainer videos are actually one of the easiest to edit and not to edit, but they're just pieces to camera where you are talking to that one avatar about something that you've got coming up, whether it's a product, a new workshop, a live coming up, something that people know need to tune in. It's just giving them information that's about something that you're about to do.
Nice.
The fifth one is the escape videos that I was talking about before. They're personality videos. These are things that you need to show off your personality. These are fun travel videos, anything that people can kind of do. Personality videos are huge, and they're one of my favorite ones. But the sixth one is live videos, and live videos are important. Facebook does favor live videos, but I have a love-hate relationship with live videos.
Why is that?
I don't think I can go into the full detail, but the basically
being on a live video, let's explain why we hate live video.
People do live videos wrong.
Yeah.
It's the one thing. We have a phone. Let me show you. Let's see if I can show you guys the live video that we're doing. Is this us?
Yeah, but if you...
Oh, let's do it this way. Oh, that's
Daniel.
That's Daniel over there,
Daniel.
and he's doing a live. So Daniel's actually conducting this live video for us. This is we're actually doing this live video.
We've got a pretty good setup. We've got lights.
And look, he's even got the people's names and everything written. This is a live video done right. The main reason is because he's even doing it as a switching system, as you can see. So this is Switcher Studio, which is a great little live app doing a system. So if you've ever wondered how these guys do this live, and I'm just hand holding a smartphone now, we can even talk to here. This is a multi-camera thing, but this is done right because you guys plan this, and Daniel's probably going to switch back to the other camera.
We have a whole team, really,
have a whole team.
To help.
I'm
yes,
just making
and
sure
a little
that
setup.
Yep.
Perfect.
So it's more that you guys plan, and a lot of people when they go live videos, they're just like, oh, hey everyone. They get their phone out and they go, hey everyone, I'm going live. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and that's pretty much 80% of most live videos out there,
true.
and they're so bad. They try to give value, but they don't think about. They don't do the planning. They don't write the marketing. They don't have the direction. They don't ask the who or the why. And they do it really terribly. There's really only two reasons you go live, and one is the information's relevant there and then.
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to give value, the information's there, but the second one is you're trying to interact with your audience live.
Yes.
Which you've done twice with John and Dave.
Yeah, on that note, please like our video. If you're watching our video, please like, please comment, please interact with us. I was talking to my friend up in Mackay, Derek, just last week, and he said, oh, I watched your whole live. And I'm like, Derek, I didn't even know that you were watching because you never liked or commented. So we don't know that you're watching if you don't interact with us. So please interact, and then we can welcome you and we can talk to you, and it's nice for us, right? And it feels like there's someone there watching.
Well, the biggest thing is because we are kind of going on the fly of this conversation, and we don't know if anyone has a question for us. Exactly. And this is the one thing, when you interact, we love people asking questions as much as they possibly can. We're looking off to the side because Daniel's actually marking off minutes and telling us how long we've got left for our live, which is great.
Daniel's like, hurry up, get to the point, get to the point.
Live videos need to be done right. That's basically it.
Absolutely. So, okay, so now let's get back to planning. So setting the direction for your marketing, you take your blank piece of paper.
Yep.
I really like little blocks, but take a piece of paper or open your Word document if you want to do this electronically, and then you write down who, and you write down who your target market is. Then you go, why? Is it going to be for information, for entertainment, or what's the last one? There was another one for escape.
Escape.
So information, entertainment, or escape, and you mark what you're going to do. And essentially, if you do an annual plan, you're probably going to tick all three of those boxes.
You're going to figure out what content fits in and how much you're going to do of each.
Excellent. Then you go to the what question, which is the third thing that you want to plan, and you're going to look at all the different kinds of video, whether it's a product video, a testimonial video, an explainer video, a personality video, an escape video, or a tutorial video,
and a live video,
and a live. So then essentially, again, when you do an annual plan, you'll probably tick all of those. And what I'm imagining in my head is that you also then have a calendar, and that you're starting to pinpoint day by day what kind of video, or week by week, you'll be doing what by when.
And these are the things, you can come up with great ideas of different types of videos to do it and when, and having a plan is huge. And look, organic content and capturing those moments is crucial, but I know a lot of social media people that plan out organic moments to have, and just putting as much content as they possibly can out there.
Yeah, so we can plan a prank on Daniel, for example.
Yeah, we could.
Not that we would tell him that.
And he's raising our eyebrows at the moment. So.
And then live that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, without him knowing.
So there's a range of different things, but the fourth step to this plan is how, is what I call how. But how's this going to benefit your business?
Oh, how are you going to link it back?
How it comes back, because you can do those two steps, but people don't have it. And I actually like to reword this. How is it going to make you money?
Yes.
Because you are going to have to spend time making a video, making any kind of content.
Yeah.
It is going to cost you money because time is money. So how are you going to get a return? And this is how I used to sit down with all my clients and actually map out a journey. If they're going to pay me a certain amount of money to make a video, how was I going to create that into 5 times the amount of money? And that was basically, how is someone going to sit down and watch this, and there's going to be a return? Now, social media's changed that game a lot, because it's now not watching one video to $1 value, because that's how marketing used to be. Watch an ad and then it is now nurturing, but people need to think about that. So for caravan parks, or any kind of holiday resort, most of them, people aren't ready to book their holidays until either 12 months in advance, because most people book their holidays 12 months in advance with their families, or they're ready for a spontaneous holiday. And now you can't expect that moment that you're going to post that is going to be the moment that they're going to go book now, but you literally have to nurture them in a certain way. Even a place like this, even the Smart Hub, someone might not be ready for a co-working space, might not be ready to book out a table, but they might be starting up their first business at home, and they want to get this value from learning some business tricks. So they would tune in on these live videos, watch all the tips, come to the luncheons that you guys have, and then when they're ready to move on and actually give you money because they want to come rent a space, we've had to nurture them with a bunch of different videos and a bunch of different value, but they're not going to go anywhere else because they trust you.
So in the Traction Lab, which is what you are part of, we've been talking about nurture sequences, right? Can you give us a little bit of a high-level overview into how we can think about nurturing someone through the steps?
Well, look, I can give you all the steps, but basically any kind of customer value journey is all based around trust. And trust doesn't come easily. We kind of do the customer value journey almost like how you would try to get someone to marry you. There's heaps of different stages because marriage is just the biggest trust you'll ever have with a person. And you have to go through that stuff of, first of all, seeing them, then trying to start up a conversation, and then asking them out, then going on a bunch of dates and trusting them. Next one's a bit saucy, but it's how are you going to get to sleep with them? And then are you going to get to the stages of moving in and then getting to marriage? You got to think that the same way as a customer is almost, how am I going to approach this person?
Absolutely, and also thinking about where you might be at with different people along that journey and providing content and value so that everyone feels like they're being nurtured and moved closer to where you can do a transaction. And
it's just basically making them trust your product as much as you believe in it. That's the biggest thing, is that trust really needs to connect that way. So that's a huge level of value. So that's step number 4. You need to make sure all that your content creates value and trust to the client.
Okay.
But the final one, which is my final one, and everyone thinks they always think it's the first one, and it's really, really not, is where are you going to put this video? Where are you going to put this content? Because people will make a video and then they will go, oh yeah, I want to make a Facebook video, but then I can totally put it on Instagram as well, and I can totally put it on Snapchat, I can do this. No. All the platforms work differently. And if we're just talking about social media directly, they all work differently with each other. But a lot of people don't even think that social media platforms are not the only platforms that you can work with.
Okay. So what other platforms are they?
So my favorite story about Tap It at Go is Tap It at Go started because of this one question. We had a real estate agent come to us, and he said, I have about $500. I need to make 5 social media videos to get that out to the marketing. And I was like, well, first of all, my videos start at $2,500, so we can't really help you here, but let's sit down and have a conversation and try to figure out how we can help. And he was like, and then I said, so tell us a little bit about your business. He was real estate that worked for a franchise, so he wasn't even the owner of the franchise, he was just a real estate agent in it. He worked for the franchise, so he's literally saying, I would have to, if we did these 5 social media videos, we'd probably have to get approval through the franchise to get them on social media. And secondly, we had to also probably balance it out with all the other real estate agents in the market, in the business, because it can't look like my business, so we'd have to get a boss involved and everything like that. And I'm like, this is getting way too complicated. And I'm like, why do you want to be on Facebook? And he's like, that's where everyone is. And I'm like, but who is your clientele? Let's go back to the first question. And I went through that question system. Who's your clientele? And he's like, oh, everybody. And I'm like, no, who? It's people that are buying a house or selling a house. And how often does that happen in a person's lifetime?
Exactly.
In my generation, lucky to happen once. So why are you targeting everyone all the time? Why don't we target that one person? And I was like, so how are we going to find these people? And I said to him, I was like, what happens at an open house? What do you get? And he's like, what are you doing at the front of the door? You're usually getting their name, their phone number, and their email. And I'm like, well, why haven't you thought about those 2 platforms, text messages and emails, as a video platform to send videos? And literally I got him to do, where's that phone again? Every time I told him, next open house, don't go and to the next open house really quickly. He usually tried to do 6 in a day. I go, let's do 3 in a day. After every open house, just pull out your phone and go to the list. It'd be probably Lucy and Tom who came, and they'd have their phone number and their email, and he'd go, hey Lucy and Tom, my name's Mark. His name was Mark. Hi, my name's Mark. I'm the real estate for blah 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 house. We met at the front door. Sorry I couldn't take you walk through. I had to stay at the front door. If you have any questions, I'm happy to give you a walkthrough. Just let me know. I'll text you all my details below, because everyone hates with real estate agents getting mass messages that are saying, I saw that you came to this place, I block those numbers.
Yeah.
But when a video comes up and you press play and your name is the first name, that's all that he wanted to achieve, because we went from the who's his audience and why was he making videos, and his why was, I want to make a personal connection that other real estate agents don't. Build that trust. And I'm like, this is how you're going to do it. And he'd do the same thing with email. And his emails would be someone write, oh, can I have the section 32, which is the full plan of the house? I want the section 32. He, instead of writing a text message back, he would record a quick video, and then he'd send it to him, and he'd be like, hey, I'm the real estate, this is what I sound like, this is what I look like.
Familiarizing yourself.
I've put the section 32 attached. If you have any questions, in my signatures, all my details, let me know if you want to walk through. And they'd be short, simple messages, but he used that where completely different, because you didn't have to just be on social media like everybody's telling you to be. You have to think about all those other 5 questions, and the where comes last.
Okay, love it. So here's your plan. Answer the question, who is your target market? Why are you doing this video? Is it for information, entertainment, or escape? And not for escape for you, escape for who you're doing it for. Then what is it that the video needs to say? And we've already outlined 6 different kinds of videos that you can use. How will this impact your business? i.e., how will you create a return on investment for making these videos? You have to, as a business owner, ask, how does this make commercial sense? And how are you going to drive and nurture your customer to where you're able to do a transaction with them? And then finally, where are you going to post these videos? How can you most easily reach out to your target market, to the person that you want to watch the video? How can you get in front of them so that it's easiest for them to engage with you? And it might not be Facebook, it might not be Instagram, it might not be YouTube. It might be as simple as texting, or you can even message through Facebook, or whatever the
TV, cinema, where every video platform is a different place. You can write them all down. There's billboards at malls and supermarkets. They have different platforms for different reasons. You just need to know where it's going, but you can't figure that out until you have the other questions.
Okay, so then that translates into literally into a calendar. So print a big calendar week by week with all the days of the year, and then start mapping how you're going to create these videos, where you're going to post them, and what kind of video you will do on what day. And there you have your strategic marketing plan for the year. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do here at the Smart Hub. We've just had Jacinta join our team as our marketing person, and Jacinta and I will be sitting down and creating, using this framework, your framework. We'll be have an ulterior motive. Using your framework, we'll be creating some of our video content to show you what the Smart Hub can do for you and how you can become part of our community. Now, I want to ask 2 more questions about video. The first one is, how often should you post content video that informs, entertains, etc., versus posting something that is an offering? So come and do this now, come and buy blah blah, as opposed to see me, let me introduce you to our front desk girl and show you, the personality kind of video.
Well, I'll answer that in 2 different ways, because a lot of people have the question of how much content should I put up, first of all, in general. And the second one is, yes, how often do you make an offer, sell, do a call to action, whatever it is. The first one is how much patterns, depending on how busy you are, you might not be able to hire a marketing person. You might not have a team member, so you just make sure that every bit of content you put out is valuable and engaging to the audience. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to trail off, and you're going to lose them straight away.
It's really interesting because there's someone online who only launches his product annually, so you only see him once a year. And what I found interesting is that you kind of don't notice when he's not online. You don't go, oh, I wonder where that other guy is again. No, but when he comes back, it's just like, oh yeah, he's there, and you don't notice that his absence. So it's okay.
I would say that's true, but I would say that there's another thing that we do about content. I won't go into too much today, but there's a thing called consistency. And you do need to have regular consistency. Now, if his plan is to do 1 big video each year and it's on this date on the dot, everyone's waiting for it. But if you do 3 videos that 1 week and then nothing for 3 months,
that's weird.
It will feel that, who's that guy? I remember. Where did he go?
You do want to go search and then find nothing, and you're like, oh, I wonder what happened.
Well, it's the same thing as if you guys did these live videos. You do them on a specific time at a specific day every single week.
Let's just talk about that. So it's Thursday at 1 o'clock. But it's Thursday at 1:01, 1:02, and Daniel's like, yep, that's your fault, Elise.
But people can wait. But it's giving that thing
it's very much between 1:01 101 and 105 on a Thursday.
But this is the thing, everyone goes, oh, I remember, there is that live this week, isn't there? Yeah. But where if you did 3 lives that one week and it was just bam in people's faces.
And then no lives then
it's kind of exciting. People get this, and then they're just like, oh, well, yeah, that was a nice little fad that you had and it's just gone.
Exactly.
So you don't want to trail and lose that stuff.
Yeah.
But the second part of that is how often do you do a call to action?
Yes.
And that is pretty much, I say, every 5 bit of content that you put out, that's when you can do one call to action.
Okay. So it's
that's
5 to 1.
5 to 1, 5 trusted, valued, nurtured videos, and then 1. And it doesn't have to be a call to action of buy now. It could be, hey, do you want to join my webinar? Hey, could you give me your email or phone number and I'll give you something else in exchange? That's when you can do that call to action.
Any kind of transaction.
Any kind of transaction. Because they need to trust you, they need to see you, they need to do something around that first, and then it's almost like a 5-point of a conversation. You don't go straight into having a conversation. Hey, do you want to buy from me?
Yeah.
You actually have to show proof and evidence. You have to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
You have to do those 5 little steps and then go, hey, I do have this if you would like to buy it.
Nice.
It's that kind of little 5 stages.
Okay, love it. So the length of the video is my final question. What's the ideal length?
There, again, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, there is no ideal length.
Okay.
Because there is ideal length when it comes to certain platforms, and this is going back to the where question, because Instagram videos are only 60-second videos, unless you're doing Instagram TV, which is a whole nother thing as well. But there's limitations, there's definitely limitations, but we watch feature films that are an hour long. If someone put a feature film up on Facebook, I guarantee you if it was a feature film that we wanted to watch, we would sit there and watch the entire thing.
Yeah.
The people that get lost in videos are the ones that are like, oh damn it, it hasn't ended, or a live video like now, which I know we're getting close to our time, that it's like, oh, it should end. I've got places to go, people to be, but they're still engaged and they're still watching. You want that engagement, because if you think, I need to keep it a limited time because people get bored, I'm just like, well, they do, but you want to produce more value because you want them to think that they want more and you're not giving them enough.
So really it's about, and going back to what we spoke about right at the beginning of the video, valuable content. And if you provide valuable content, people seem to hang around and engage with the valuable content.
Pretty much.
Okay, so you are teaching all of this and more, and the practical how-to of actually using your phone, plus the secret app that you can download that actually edits your videos
for you,
free of charge.
As a range of
edits everything for you without you having to do any manual work. You can come and learn all of that here at the Smart Hub next Friday. That's the 11th?
11th of October, Friday the 11th. And it's a full day, and as you just said before, we do it as a full day workshop, not an afternoon seminar or anything, because this is a workshop where you actually learn how to make a video from start to finish. And it is a workshop, it's not a seminar, you actually make a video. So we shoot and we edit. It's going to be so good. I'm really looking forward to you being there. It's going to be a great day. So we touch on the planning, which is pretty much that 5-point that I've done, but we do it a little bit more in depth, and we show a lot more. Then we teach people how to shoot properly, and then how to edit, which is the most important storytelling part, where this is that going to that engagement part. How do you engage an audience? And you need to do some editing, and you need to figure out how to make a story.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Hey Leah, hey Travis, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, I'm here on the couch with Wes Alan from Tap Edit Go, and we've just spoke about how you can plan out your entire annual marketing content based on the framework that he shared with us, the who, why, what, how, and where. So I would highly recommend that you go back and watch the whole video if you want to plan out your marketing for the next year. We at the Smart Hub will definitely be doing that for sure. Or please join us next Friday, the 11th of October, here at the Smart Hub for a Tap Edit Go workshop. So once you've planned out your calendar, then all you have to do really is to follow the plan and make the videos. And so the how to make the videos and how to plan those stories, you can learn all of the detail of how to do that here at the Smart Hub next Friday. As Wes has said, it's a workshop, which means it's going to be really fun. It's not going to be boring with Wes talking for 12 hours. No. We're going to get up and we're going to take photo. I need you to teach me how to manage manage my phone so that the angles are right.
That's one of the sections.
That's one of the things that I know that I do really, really poorly. I never get the angles right, and the lighting too. I'm always struggle with that. So I'm really looking forward to
which we do on both sections. So there's going to be a lot.
Nice. And as I said, you will learn the secret app that you can download that will help you edit your video so that you don't have to muck around and edit, and how to tell that story very, very well.
Yep.
Now, finally, Mr. Wes Alan, you are part of our Turbo Traction Lab.
Yes, I am.
And you're one of our Smart Hub members. How do you find the Smart Hub?
I love it here. It was one of the weird things, like I ran a workshop here in July, and I invited you guys to come along to one of it, and Courtney did come along. And she begged me to come and have a look at this place because I was staying out at Yeppoon, and I literally was like, okay, I'll come out and I'll have some lunch with you. And once she showed me this place, introduced me to you, and you guys were running the first section of the Turbo Traction Lab, I was just gobsmacked, and I was gobsmacked about how you guys can do this for such a, this seems like a city thing. It should be a Sydney or a Brisbane or a Melbourne-based program. I just like, why is it in this little rocky town? And I was like, luckily, as I said before, I live on the road, so I was planning to go overseas. I was planning to do a bunch more tours. I picked up my wife and just went, no, I'm going to move to Rocky for 80 days while doing this traction lab and get this value of being at the Smart Hub, because being here is huge. Oh,
we love having you in Rocky, and I know that people have been suggesting that you make Rocky home. I know you don't specifically have a home.
It's my home for now.
But it is definitely home for now. We love having you here. Thank you so much for being with me on the couch. Thank you for adding massive value to our target market, which, as you said, is all business owners. And we look forward to seeing you next Thursday for our next Hub Live. Next week's going to be amazing. I'm talking to a very, very special person about mental health and leadership. And so please tune in next Thursday at 1 o'clock to learn more about leadership in general, but also how to keep your own mental health well, how to keep yourself well, so that we can be great leaders to our teams and to our businesses. And then join us, and you can come in for a goodness me, I'm umming and eyeing a lot now. You can come into the Hub next Wednesday to join us for a talk as well about mental health. So if you are a business owner and you want to maintain your own well-being and you want to become a better leader for your team and for yourself, please feel free to register. I know that Daniel will be posting the link to that in our comments. And then most importantly, of course, please register for Wes Alan's Tap Edit Go workshop next Friday. So we look forward to seeing you Wednesday, Thursday and Friday here at the Smart Hub, and Thursday it'll be online, so wherever you are virtually, that'll be awesome. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you, Wes.
You're welcome.
You were great, and we are going off to the radio we go.
Yes. Doing a radio interview next.
If you want to hear more about us, tune into 4RO at 3 o'clock, and we'll be talking about Tap Edit Go and marketing in general some more. Thank you so much. See you later.
Thanks, guys.